You know those days when you've got a content deadline, but then you couldn't get guests, or fast forward like 8 years and you didn't edit things in time because life gets in the way? Well, what a fun coincidence! Because that latter is happening now for the former that happened then. Here's the episode I did on kombucha because none of the guests I had booked during podcast days worked out, and I needed to get an episode out, so I went to a store and got as much kombucha as I could afford at the time, which was 2 bottles. Enjoy!
You may love a thing that I can't stand. Spiders, tofu, watching Homeland. Our interests are all varying. It's fun to be contrarian. But I'll try things that you all love to see if I can rise above. But maybe there's a chance that I just won't. So in that case, don't mind if I don't.
Welcome to Don't Mind If I Don't. Hey, I'm your host, Aaron Gold. This is the show where I don't like things, and generally, fans and experts of those things come on and show me why I'm wrong, so I can expand my horizons and become more of a well-rounded person. A well-rounded person who, to be honest, had some, let's call them scheduling issues. Multiple scheduling issues for multiple episodes, and I was not able to get one recorded for this week. So rather than leave you high and dry, I got you this little gift. It's a DMIID mini-sode. I'm gonna try something on my own and see if I can like it. And I know you're probably waiting with bated breath to find out what it is. I know you probably didn't read the episode title. It's kombucha. I'm going to try some kombucha right now. I've got 2 different kinds. I've got the one that I've seen everybody drink, the Health Aid kombucha. It has a blue anchor on it, and it says the original. So I got the original. What a get. I've also got this one from GTS, in case I don't like the regular kombucha, because I've never had it before. And I also don't know what it is. I think it's like kimchi you drink. I don't know. I know it has something with fermentation and health and probably is disgusting. But in case I don't like regular kombucha, as a backup, I got this GTS kombucha tantric turmeric. Is that how you spell turmeric? There's an R after the first TU? The only TU. TU! No, that's not anything. Yeah, I got the orange one because when it comes to drinks, I tend to like the orange ones. So, everything on this show gets rated on a scale of 0 to -10. 0 being my ambivalence, -10 being blood-curdling hatred. Again, I've never had kombucha before. It's at a -5. I've never looked at a drink and thought, you're a pretentious asshole before, until kombucha came along. I don't understand health foods that punish yourself. Like there are healthy foods out there. There are ways to eat and live healthy without eating shit. And I feel like I'm about to do that with this kombucha, but let's try. How do I even open this? There's also a big label. Well, a medium-sized label. It tells me do not shake. I thought that this is one that you shake because there seems to be some resin at the bottom or whatever that's called. But apparently kombucha wants that to stay down there. So no little tidbits at the bottom for me. God, this thing, it feels like its cap is like a tactical feel to it. Like if I was an army vegan, which I'm sure exist. All right, let's, oh yeah, here we go. Oh, it smells like champagne, but like how champagne smelled when I was 8, and I'd smell alcohol and be like, ew, gross, why do adults like that? I'm already wondering why adults like kombucha. You know what? Bottoms up. Let's try it. Well, shit, this will be a mini episode. Kombucha isn't bad. Hold on. Yeah, it's not bad. It's like apple juice that isn't trying as hard. And don't get me wrong, I like apple juice. I like apple juice a lot. I'm an apple juice man. But, yo, straight up kombucha. I've kind of got the wind out of my sails a little bit. This is surprisingly passable. Yeah, like there's no shitty aftertaste or anything. It's just non-alcoholic champagne, which as I say out loud, I realize you still got work to go, kombucha, but like, it's not bad. Yeah, no, I'm going to willingly finish this. Wow. Okay, well, out of curiosity, let's pop open this orange boy. Tantric turmeric. I can't be saying that right. I either can't be saying it right or they didn't spell it right. And I kind of feel like with this show, I admit I'm wrong enough. So somebody else be an adult. All right, let's try. This is the it's the orange one. Fuck it. This tastes like a carrot got drunk. This tastes like a carrot's frat party. And by that, I don't mean bad. Like, I can bucha. It is nice to record these little mini episodes when no one can aggressively roll their eyes at me for saying things like that. I know you're doing it, probably, but one-way audio medium. I'm safe. Yeah, okay. Kombucha. It's not bad. Give it a try. Guys, you see what happens when you reach for the stars? You end up feeling like, I don't know, like you sold out. I'm not happy, but I think that's just me in general. But kombucha is not bad. So from a -5, +3. It's fine. It's not bad. Yeah. Anyway, another reason I'm putting out a mini-sode is because I do have a few announcements to make. I was just a guest on the Access Champions podcast talking about You Are Not Alone. I was interviewed about depression and how it, affects my life and stuff. And I'm sure you've heard me talk about You Are Not Alone before, if you've ever listened to any other episodes. It is a monthly show I run at the Magnet Theater called You Are Not Alone, an uplifting show about depression. And the next one is Monday, July 16th at 7:30. So come to that one in New York City, Magnet Theater. Also, download that Access Champions podcast. It's really a beautiful thing what they're doing. They're trying to make the world a better place, as opposed to me, who's just trying to make me a better place. But, one day at a time. Also, I have a big announcement that I'm super excited about. Mark your calendars. September 6th at 8:30 p.m. I believe that's a Thursday. Don't Mind If I Don't is having its very first live show at the Magnet Theater. So if you're from out of town and you've been like, I've been meaning to visit New York for some reason, why not for my podcast? Because this is going to be a super duper special episode. Not only is it the very first live Don't Mind If I Don't, but it is also going to be the very first full -10. I don't want to announce what the topic is just yet, but I've got a couple of guests who have done a couple of TED Talks and work at a singular, very popular museum. And this is going to be straight up probably one of the worst nights of my life. I'm really not looking forward to the thing that I'm going to do, but I am looking forward to the show. So that's Thursday, September 6th at 8:30 p.m. Go to the Magnet Theater in New York City. Also, magnettheater.com for classes and shows and stuff. And I should be back next week with a regular-ish episode. I also might try something new. I don't know. We'll see how this week goes. I've got a bunch of stuff I'm trying to tackle simultaneously, and there are only so many hours in a day. And also, I have sweat out all of the kombucha I have already drank. It has been 9 minutes, and I've already sweat out the kombucha I've drank, so I've got to replenish my stock, and I'm going to do that now. I'm going to drink this, and I'm going to tell you guys, hey, thanks for listening. Keep on minding.